In last session, we just discussed the concept. The name is typecasting, friends. We already covered. So, the friend yesterday we have started the typecasting concept. So, simply what exactly the typecasting means? Let me take some revision. Okay. So, typecasting means converting any variable type into the particular variable type, right? So suppose my type I want to convert any data type, friends. I want to convert any data type into the integer. So which function I must use? I must use int function, friends. Int function is meant for conversion of any data type into the integer, right? It is meant for that. Again, my requirement was yesterday float. I want to convert any data type into the float. It is possible by using the float data type, right? So we have to use the float function, friends. We have to use the float function so that we can, right? Similarly, I want to convert any data type, okay, any data type into the complex. So I can convert, right? So for that I have to use the complex function. Then boolean. So I want to convert any data type into the boolean. I will discuss this thing today. And again string, right? So I think we covered these three functions: integer, float, and complex. We already covered, friends, right? So from that we come to know all the data type conversion is not possible. Okay, we started with the integer, friends. We started with this function integer. From that we come to know that the particular data type conversion is not possible, as you can see that, right? So if I want to convert, this is a complex number. If I want to convert this complex number into the integer, friends, there will be the error. The error name is a type error. Okay, can't convert complex to integer. So there is some exceptions, friend. There are some exceptions. In that case, we are not able to convert into the integer, friends. Why? Because it is a complex, not possible. Again, boolean conversion of boolean into the integer is possible, friends. Conversion of boolean data type into the integer is possible. So what are the boolean value in Python? True and false, right? Using that you can see that, right? 1 and it is 0. The result is 0. Again, the string to integer, it is also not possible. We already discussed, friends. These things we already discussed, right? So why? This is the name, right? Rama. How you can convert this name Rama into the integer? Is it possible? Not at all. Not possible. Okay, no chance. Not possible. Again, suppose you are mentioning the in double quote, you are mentioning the double quote integer value, though it is a string. Because of it is a inside part of the quote, it integer. Because of that only it is possible to convert into the integer type. Why? Because though it is a string, friends, though it is a string, right? In quotation 99 I wrote, so though it is a string, but because of inside part is integer, that's why it is possible to convert into the integer. Okay, friend, those things we already discussed. Then uh inside part is float now, but because of this quote we are not able to convert the float. Exactly, inside part is a float, but this complete thing is, friend, float data type, a string data type. That's why it is not possible to convert, right? So there will be the error, value error. So same thing was applicable for float also, but here we can able to convert the inside float part. You can see that 56.67, it is a string type, friends, but we are able to convert. That's answer is 56, right? It is a float type. So only this case is exceptional here, friends. Other thing is not possible. You can see that. Then we just covered the complex. Okay, so type 1 we discussed already, friends. Type 1, in the type 1 what we did, provided value is a suppose integer value. This is a complex function and I want to convert into the complex, of course, right? So provided value is an integer. So the return what I will get, 10 plus 0j, that will be my answer, right? Again 34.54, I want to convert into the complex. Friends, it is possible, but what will additional part will be attached? 0j, friends. That is the imaginary part that will be attached, right? That will concat, right, or attach. Then true, right? Friends, internal value of the true is 1, friends. You know, it is a Boolean type. Everyone know. Internal value is a 1. That's why it is possible 1 plus 0j. But if you mention inside the string, if you mention this true inside the string, then there that is not possible. Value error will be there, right, friends? There will be the value error. So that thing is not possible then, right? Again, we cover the type 2, friends. We cover the type 2. In that type 2, a and b, these are the variable, friends. A and b, these are the variable, these are the parameter. So friends, where a represent real part and b represent the imaginary part, friends. Very simple. What a will represent? A will represent the real part and b will represent the imaginary part, right? So based upon that, we have take the example, some example. 4 comma 5. Uh, suppose I mention 4 comma 5. What will happen? 4 plus 5j. Okay, this complex function will convert 4 comma 5 into the complex. Okay, right? 4 plus 5j. Similarly, suppose I provide a float value, so definitely this will be the answer, 4.4 plus 5.5j, friends. Very simple. So again, one value is a float, another value is a simple integer. 5 is the integer value. So in that case, it is also possible, and vice versa. It is possible, friends. Right. So that was the discussion up to that. Yesterday's session we have covered. Right. So what I want to discuss now, friends? What I want to discuss? I want to discuss the next function, that is a bool. Right, friends? Bool function. Very simple. Bool. Next function is a bool. Bool stands for, friends, it is a Boolean type, right, friends? What's the type of this function? The type of this function is a Boolean type. Okay, so this function is meant for what, friends? This function is meant for to convert. Okay, voice is okay, friends? Is it okay? Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Audible now. So
Yes.
please reset your network. Please reset your router, friends. Right? Please reset your router. Then in that case, it is possible. Okay, no problem. So bool. So Boolean, I want to convert the value into the Boolean, right, friends? So let me discuss the very first case. The first case into right, correct.
Sir,
In,
start recording, sir.
yes, I already started the recording. No problem.
Yes.
So int to the first case is I want to convert int to the Boolean. That is my requirement, friends. I want to do? I want to convert integer to the Boolean, right? How I can simply I will write the function bool. In that function, I will provide the integer value, friends. Integer value. So let's suppose 34. It is an integer value, friends. It is an integer value. So is it possible to convert 34 to the Boolean? Yes, it is possible. But friends, keep in mind the result will be 1 and 0. Boolean means, friends, what? What will be the result? Result will be 1 and 0. Right. So because Boolean is a 1 and 0, the result will be I can say true or false. Internal value of the true is 1, and for false value is the 0, friends. You know, already know, right? So suppose I wrote here 34. What will be the result? Result will be the true, friends. Result will be the true, right? Result will be the true. Okay, let me take this example. Let me show the output, right? No, it's right. It will be not binary value. It will provide us the true and false, because we are taking the function help bool. Bool is a function. So what are the Boolean value? True and false, friends. What are the Boolean value? Everyone knows. True. Don't, right? I don't want to repeat again. True and false. These are the Boolean value, friends. True and false, right? So definitely this Boolean function will give the result in terms of true or false, right? So not 1 and 0. Okay, because I want to represent my data into the Boolean, na. That's why I have used this function bool, right? So result definitely will be in terms of true and false. Let me show you the output, so the things will be more clear, right? So bool is a function I wrote. Okay, then I will mention integer value. Let's say 34. I have just mentioned. So what will be the output? Output will be the true. Okay, one second. CLS. Let me start my Python. Okay, now Python is started. Let me type bool function. Then let me write 34. Right, now you can see what is the result. True is a result, friends. True is a result, right? True is a result. Now let me write bool of 0. Let me write bool of 0. Definitely internal value of false is 0. Definitely bool will represent what, friends? Everyone knows internal value of the false is what? 0 is the internal value of the false. Suppose I wrote integer value 0. What will be the result? False will be the result. Very simple. So let's suppose bool is bool inside the bracket. Let me mention minus 11. Let me mention minus 11. What will be the result? Result will be the true, friends. Result will be the true, right? So that is the case, friend. Result will be true. Now these are the cases, friends. So what I mean to say, why this will happen? What's the reason? So very simple, friends. Listen carefully. Very simple. Why this happens? So friends, the reason is very simple. The reason in any value which is non-zero, friends, listen carefully. The any value which is non-zero, the value which is non-zero, result will be always true. But if the value is zero, it is a zero, then result will be false. For any non-zero value, friends, listen carefully. For any non-zero value, the result will be true. Otherwise, the result will be false. Let me take the example again. Bool 0.0. It is a zero value, not non-zero. It is zero, right? False will be the result. Okay, first class. Then let me write anything. Now let me
10, sir.
mention 1000. Okay, so it is a non-zero value. Definitely, the result will be what? Result will be the true. Friends.
Sir, 10, sir. 10.
Okay, 10. Let me take the 10. So result will be true. Any value which is non-zero. For zero value, the result will be the false. Now you can mention the string also. Suppose I wrote here Rama. Rama, any name. Okay, Rama. It is a non-zero, na? It is a non-zero value. Definitely result will be the true. Anything other than zero, friends, listen carefully. Other than zero, the result will be the true, right? But let me take bool. Suppose you mention 0.0, 0.001. Okay, in that case, result is true, friends. Okay, perfectly, if you mention perfect zero, friends, then the result will be the false. That's the case. Okay, very simple data type, very simple function. Okay, it is called as the type casting. Casting means conversion of one data type into the another data type, right? So in the Boolean case, what is my final conclusion? No need to explain each and everything. What is my final conclusion? If the value is zero, definitely the result will be the false. If the value is other than zero, okay, whatever it may be, other than zero, definitely the result will be the true. That's it. Nothing is there. No need to explain this thing. Okay, very simple data type. Everything is covered. Okay, everything is covered. So you can mention any complex value also, friends. Let me mention 10 plus 0j. Let me mention 10 plus 0j. What will be the answer? True will be the answer. Other than 0, what is expecting? It expect the other than 0. If the value is 0, then the result will be the false. Otherwise, in all the cases, in all the possible cases, the result is always true, friends. Very simple function. Okay. So let me copy paste this example so that you can easily practice, right? So no need to explain. Okay, these are the result. Okay, so up to that, everyone, I think everyone is right. Are you able to understand, everyone? Is it okay up to this? Up to this, is it okay, friends? Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So let me complete the other function, friend. Other function. Okay, last function. So last function is a string data type, right? I want to convert the string into the string data type. It's the last function, right? So everything is covered. Now let me. Okay, 1 second. Right. So str. Let me mention str. That is a last type. I want to. That is a last function. Second. Right. Okay. Right. Correct. Okay. So what's the purpose of this function? The purpose of this function is to convert. What's the purpose, friends? To convert any data type. Okay. Any means not any, the possible, which is possible, to into the string, friends. Into the string. okay, into the string. So that's the function. So string means everyone knows string. But how I can represent a string? Single quote, suppose 10, it is a string. In double quote, suppose let's say double quote, it is a string, friends. That's the string, friend. That's the string. Okay. Or your name, let's say Rama, it's the string. Or in double case, Rama I mentioned, it is also the string, friends. Okay. So it is called as a string, friends. So I want to represent these
Integer also,
things,
sir.
right, into the string, right? So let me take one example, str. In that str, it is a function. It is a function. What will this function will do? It will convert into the string. What's the nature of this function? It will convert into the string. Let me take 10. Okay. Definitely 10 is an integer type. Okay. In that bracket, in this parenthesis, I will provide the values. Okay. The integer value or whatever the value. Let me provide the integer value as a 10. So what this string will do? It will convert this integer value into the string data type. Okay, into the string data type. Okay, let me check whether it is possible or not. str10. Okay, definitely this in single quote, answer is in a single quote 10. Let me print whether it is real or not. Print type. Okay, I want to know whether the type is provided type is correct or not. So type str of 10. Okay, str of 10. That is a function I want to cross check whether whatever I provided it is correct or not. Right, let me cross check. You can see this is the thing. This is a thing which I provided. I want to know the type. So type is a function. Type will tell you the type of this conversion. So definitely the type of this conversion is a string. You can see, friends. You can see. Very simple to understand. So type is another function which will tell the type of this function, the conversion of this function. So the type is a string, friend, str. Okay, it is represented by str. So very simple. No need to confuse, friends. So I successfully converted into the which type, friends? Integer to string. So here is an example. Okay. So let me take another example. Whether am I able to convert? Am I able to convert float value? Let's suppose this is a float value 10.99. It is a float value. Whether I'm able to convert this float into the string. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. So here, right, you can see, yes, it is possible. 10.99, but in single quote. In single quote. Okay. So output is always in a single quote, right, friends? It is not in a double quote. But we can mention in the single quote as well as double quote, no problem, right? So that is the output, friends. Very simple. str uh, that is an example. Okay, float conversion of the float value into the string. Let me take any complex value, friend. Let me take any complex value. So str will convert into the string. So let me mention the complex value. Let's say 11 plus 12j. Let's say this is the example, 11 plus 12j, and I want to convert into the string. Is it possible or not possible? Let me check, friend. Let me check. So let me copy, Control C. Very simple. Let me paste and let me check, is it possible or not. You can see, yes, it is also possible. In the single quotation, right, in the single quotation, result in a single quote. So in single quotation, your result is there, right? That's the string, friend. That's the string. Very simple. No need to confuse, right? Very simple. So here we already covered all the things, friends, all the things, right? Already covered, right? Already covered. So again, you can also convert. Let's suppose str. I want to convert boolean value into the string. Whether it is possible or not possible, let me check. True is a boolean value, right? True is a boolean value. I want to convert this true into the string type, right? Right. So let me check whether it is possible, friends, or not possible. Let me check. It is possible, friend. You can see true will be the answer, but in a single quote. So you can see string type will convert any data type definitely into the string. Friends, string function will convert any data type into the string, any data type. So as a result, friends, you can see what is my final conclusion. So string data type means, or string function, it is a string function. The string function will convert any data type into the string. Very simple. The string function will convert any data type into the string. Okay, friends, into the string. So let me form one table. Let me form one table. Up to this, we covered the 5 fundamental data types and its typecasting. Friends, we can covered is typecasting means conversion. Okay. So I will make one table, friends. I will make one table for you. That is a conversion table. Okay. That will be the conversion table, and you can easily understand this table, right, friends? You can easily understand. So let me write here. Let's suppose let me write here int, then I will write float, one table, right? Overall summary in this table, complex, friends, complex, then bool, and then str, right? This is my table. This table will tell you everything, okay? And very easy to understand this table. Nothing is there, right? So int again, right? And then next is float, float, okay? This is a type conversion table, friends. Complex, then bool. One second, complex word is little bit comp. I will write comp. Comp stands for complex, and bool, and then str, right? I will mention here str. One second, str stands for string, right? First class. Okay. So let me give some boundaries so that I can easily explain the things to you, right? Let me give some boundaries. str. Okay. So this is our final conclusion table. Final conclusion. We can mention our whatever we just discussed, right? Typecasting, that will be covered in this table. Okay. So friend, lastly this thing, right? Okay. Okay. So let me take some color. One second. Black color is perfect. Will perfect. Okay. Right. Now let me take. So friend, using the int function, friends, using int function. Okay, listen carefully. Using int function, is it possible to convert into the integer? Yes, it is possible. So I will tick yes, it is possible. So int is a function. Can I convert any float value into the integer? Yes, I can convert. So it is possible. Again, int is your function. I just mentioned the complex value. Am I able to convert into the complex? Yes or no? Let me check. Let me check. So I think, is it possible? Can you tell me, friends? I want your help now. Is it possible? Yes. Please help me to complete this table. Is it possible? Yes or no?
Yes.
Possible. Okay. Is it possible to convert int means whatever the provided in int function into the boolean? Is it possible? Yes or no? Possible. Int str, is it possible? Possible, but there is a condition. You know the condition, friends. What's the condition? Best 10 value must be provided into the string. That is the condition. Best 10. Okay, we already covered. Just refer the previous session, friends. Right. This is covered. Same thing is applicable for the float also. Float to integer conversion is possible. Means suppose you provide an integer value, you can easily convert into the float. Float to float, it is possible. Suppose you mention the float complex value inside the float function, so conversion into the float is possible. Same is applicable for bool. Same is applicable for str. Friends, it is possible. Now complex is a function, friends. So is it possible to convert into the integer? Not possible. It is also not possible. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. Friend, just go through the example so that you will get this table very easily. Then boolean to integer, it is also possible. Means integer, we will provide the integer value inside the boolean function. It is possible. Boolean to float, it is possible. It is also possible. It is also possible. It is also possible. Now, just we have discussed, friend. Just we have discussed. The result will be true or false. Whatever you mention into the boolean, the result will be true or false. Just we have discussed, friend, this thing, right? But what is the result? If you want the false, what should you mention? Zero value should be mentioned. Other than zero, the what will be the result? The result will be the true always. We already discussed in this session, right? Now for the string, definitely it will convert any data type to the any data type, right? Means suppose you mention the string function will convert suppose string str is a function we just discussed na. Str is a function. In that, suppose you provide an integer value. What will be the answer? String will be answer. Suppose you mention the float inside the str function. What will be the value? String will be value, right? Result in a single quote, right? Result in a single quote 10, or suppose a float is provided to 10.1, let's say, right? Let's suppose. So that kind of result will be provided. So it is very clear, friends. So keep in mind this table, very important table for the conversion. Means this table is very important, friends. Don't forget these things. Keep in mind that thing, right, friends, in the form of table. Okay, very easy to understand. Table in the table form. Let me mention this table into our notes so that the things will be very clear to everyone, right? Let me mention this is our table. Okay, so it is a part of our notes, right? So you can easily understand the things now, right? So I think it is very clear to everyone. Is it clear, friend? Up to this, is it clear to everyone? I can say it is a conversion table, friends. Conversion table, right? Conversion table. Up to this, is it clear to everyone? Just refer the previous examples. Just do some practice. You will definitely come to know the things, right? No need to confuse. int to the complex. Yes, it is possible, na? Suppose you mention int 10 plus 0j. Let's suppose 0j. Let me check. Not possible at all, right? Let me do some correction. Int. That's why I just ask you, friend. That's why I have just asked you. That's why I just ask you. So you told me yes. That's why I mentioned also yes. Okay. Let me do correction. Some correction. 1 second. Right. So integer to complex conversion is not possible, right? It is not possible. Okay, that's the thing. Not possible. I just asked you, na, but you said me yes. That's why I mentioned the side. I just tick an arrow. Yes, it is possible. Okay, no problem. Let me update. Okay, better way, if there is any correction on your own, you just do the correction. Okay, but I think now correction is not there because everything is clear, right? Someone rectified our mistake. No problem. Very good. Right. Now the table is perfect. Okay. So up to this, is it clear, friends? Up to this, is it clear? Anyone have any doubt related to that? Any doubt, friends? Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? So that I will start the next topic, right? I will start the next topic. Up to this, is it clear to everyone? Very important concept, typecasting. Up to this, is it clear? Yes or no? Just tell me yes or no. Is it clear or not clear? Yes. Up to this, is it clear? Okay, clear. Other are not responding. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. No problem. Let me discuss the next part. Okay. Friend, next part is what I want to say about the fundamental data types, friends. Whatever the things up to this we have discussed, these are the fundamental data types. Fundamental data types already we have discussed. Okay. Into the possible. Okay, you can just correct it, friend. No problem. Fundamental data type is our next concept. Fundamental means what are the fundamental data types, friends? Can you tell me? Integer, then float,
Like
then
Boolean,
boolean, right?
complex, string,
Then
string.
str. These are the fundamental data type. What I want to talk about this already covered. This function we already covered, friends. What I want to discuss, these are total 5 in number. Okay, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, perfect. This number is how many this function? Five total 5 function. No problem. Okay. What's my discussion is what's my topic for a discussion is the topic for discussion is whether these fundamental data types are mutable or not, friends. My discussion point is whether this fundamental data type, whether whether these fundamental data type are mutable or immutable. Okay, so very clearly I can say its meaning. Mutable means changing, friends. Mutable meaning of the mutable means what? Let me clear. Mutable means changing. Changing means mutable, right? Very simple. What is immutable? Immutable means non-changeable. 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 Right? That means unimmutable, friends. That means immutable. Right? Very simple. Or the function which is not change, which not change. That is called as a immutable. Okay. So mutable and immutability concept I want to discuss with you, friends. Very important concept. Very important concept. Without this concept, okay, you can forget the Python, right? This concept is most important concept. So let me tell you what exactly the mutable is and what exactly the non-mutable is, friends. So let me start. I want to comment one sentence. I want to comment one sentence. Right? I want to comment one sentence. The sentence is all, listen carefully, all fundamental data types are immutable. All fundamental data types are immutable. Immutable means, friend, it is non-changeable. Okay, it can't be changed. Immutable, right? It can't be changed. Okay, let me tell you one example. Friend, listen carefully. So let me consider one simple example, very simple example. Okay, suppose let me take the example here itself. Right, suppose x value is 10. Suppose x is a 10, it's the integer value. Obviously 10 is a integer value. Python itself consider internally that 10 is a integer value. Everyone knows that, we already understand, right? Means already know that thing. We already know that thing. X is equals to 10. Python consider 10 as an integer value. So this x is equals to 10. It is a unmutable. Unmutable means non-changeable. Yes, string is also immutable, friend. It is also not changeable. Okay, let me show with the example. Okay, friends. So first, it is very important to understand how this value 10, how this 10 value is stored into the Python memory location. Let me tell you this thing also. How this 10 value will be stored in Python's memory location, friends. Very important concept. Listen carefully. So, friend, let me take, this is your x, correct? So, right, it is the object, friend. It is the object. Object means memory location. Listen carefully. It is a memory location. Memory location. Right? Memory location. It is a memory location. Okay, or otherwise I will write, means I will type this sentence. It is a memory location. Memory location. Memory location. Right? Memory location. No problem. Okay. So the at x value is a 10, means this is a memory location. The 10 is here, right, friends? 10 is here at this memory location. So this x is pointing, friends. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. This x is pointing at 10 value, friends. 10 is stored in some memory location. This x is pointing to this value, friends. Listen carefully. So it is a memory location, some memory location, and x is pointing to this memory location. Suppose what I did, friends. Suppose what I did. Uh, I did. Then what I did. X is equals to, I say 22. Right? So you ask me, sir, you already told us that the x is immutable. Sir, you already told us that x is immutable, non-changeable. The x value is non-changeable. Now you are writing x is equals to 22. Yes, your question is valid, friend. Exactly. Now x value is changed. But what I mean to say, x value is change, not change. X value is not change. x is pointing towards, now understand friend, x is pointing towards the 22 value, friends. That's it. Now onward, x is pointing towards, x value is not changed. The object, this is the object, friend. This is a memory location which is fixed. The memory location which is fixed. What happened in another case? In second case, x is now pointing. Yes, x is looking to the 22 memory location. The value of this location is not changed, friend. The value of this location is not changed. It is still 10. What is changed? The x is referencing to the another, x is referring another memory location, right? That thing is changed. The value inside this object is not changed. That's why integer data type is immutable. Immutable means non-changeable. Let me show you with the example. Let me show you this thing is with example. So suppose x is equals to 10, right? Friends, x is equals to 10. Perfect. I want to find the ID of the x. Okay. So what I will do, I will do this thing into this window. Let me exit from here so that I can easily, right? I can easily tell you the concept. Okay. 1 second. Right. X is equals to 10. Right. X is equals to 10. Perfect. Print id of x. Id means memory location of x. Print memory location of x. Now what I will do, I will assign another value. And I will write print id of x. Right? If my whatever I just told, if it is correct, so the this function should show us the different memory location. Then this concept will be the valid. Suppose f is equals to 10, in that case this will be the memory location. Suppose x is equals to 22, the memory location should be the different. This memory location and this memory location should be the different, right? So is it different? Yes, it should be the different. Then I can say that integer is immutable, right? Let me show you the output. Py, the command, then test.py. You can see, friends, the result. So in first case, this is the memory location. You can see this is the memory location for the first case. I will just mention this memory location here itself. Okay, so that the things will be very clear. So this is the memory location, right? So now x is equals to 22. The memory location is different, friend. This is the memory location, right? Very important concept, friend. Don't forget this concept. Okay, in interview room, definitely they will ask you the question whether the fundamental data types are mutable or not. You have to simply told them, yes, it is immutable, non-changeable. Why it is non-changeable? Because x is pointing towards the different memory location, but whatever the value 10 is stored, it is not replaced, friend. You can see the value of 10 is not replaced. The value of 10 is as it is. Memory location is as it, right? What change happened with this x? Now onward, x is pointing to the 22 memory location. This is the object, friends. I can tell you this is the object 10, this 22, this is the object, friend. Suppose let me write here x is equals to 33, right? So what will happen in that case? Now x is pointing toward the 33 object. What will happen in this case, friend? Very simple. Now onwards, x will pointing towards the 33 object. You can see. Now onward, x will be pointing towards the 33 object. This is a 33. Onward, definitely the memory location is also different. This memory location is different. Definitely this memory location will be also different. Let me tell you print. Let me tell you this same command I required. Print, right? Now id of x. You can see the result. Friends. You can see the result, right? The memory location is different, right? That means what? In previous memory location, there will be no changes. In previous memory location, there will be no change at all. You can see whether this 10 value is replaced, not. This 10 value is not replaced. Only X is pointing towards the different memory location, right? Now, if I mention X is equals to 33, that means what? Now X will be pointing towards this memory location, right? That is the difference. Okay, that thing is there, right? So memory location is different. This is the concept of immutability. The value of this 10 is not changed. This memory locations are different. So 10 is for different memory location, 20 is for the different memory location, 33 is also for the different memory location. What will be the change? X is just pointing towards a different memory location, right? This 10 value or this 22 value is not replaced. X is pointing towards the different memory location. That's the difference. That's why this concept is called as the immutability. So this concept is applicable for all the, friends, listen carefully, all the fundamental data types. This concept of immutability is applicable for all the fundamental data type, right? All the fundamental data type. So very important concept, and this is a very important concept. So this is the example. Let me give you the this code also, so that you can practice, friends. You can practice. Okay. So this is the code for this example. Now it is same. It is also possible. Okay. It is a fundamental data type which is immutable. So let me tell you the example of the list, friends. Let me tell you the example of the list. Then the things will be more clear. So let me write L is equals to, so L list, friends, whatever inside this bracket, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. What is the type of this L? The type of L is a list, friends. The type of the L is list, right? What is the type? Type of this L is list. Let me check whether it is list or not. Py. Let me paste this and let me check. Let me check. Type of L. Type of L. Yes, it is the list. Friend, can you tell me a list is fundamental data type? Yes or no? Can you tell me? Is it fundamental data type? Okay. What are the fundamental data types? Already we discussed, friend. These are the fundamental data types, right? These are fundamental data type, right? What are the fundamental data type? Integer, float, bool, complex, str. Now, friend, tell me whether this L is fundamental data type. No, not a chance, no, that is not possible, because it is the integer type, right? Not possible at all. Its type is the integer, its type is the list. You can see the type is list, and list is not a fundamental data type. List is not a fundamental data types. Total 5 fundamental data types are there. Just 5 data types. This list is not a fundamental data type. Okay, no problem. Now it is not a fundamental data type. That's why it is mutable. It is mutable, friends. That's why it is mutable. Let me tell you with the example. Okay, it is mutable. Mutable means what? Changeable. It is changeable. Let me show with the example, so the things will be very clear to you, right? Let me show this thing with the example. So X is equals to, let me type this list. X is equals to 1 2 3 5 1 2 3 5 1 2 3 4, let's say 4 and 5, right? It is a list, okay, which is not a fundamental data type. That's why it is mutable. That's why it is mutable. Mutable means changeable. So let me print L, print id. Id means memory location of L. Print L. Okay, print L. So let me show the memory location of this list. Let me show. So it is a memory location, same memory location. So what I want to do, friend, what I want to do, L of 0. Okay, friends, you know, everyone know about the indexing. We already discussed, right? Positive indexing, negative indexing, already we discussed, right? So 1 is located at which memory location? 0. Means what's the indexing? 0 index. 2 is located at 1 index. 3 is located at 2 index. 4 is located at 3 index, right? And 5 is located at 4 index. We already covered this concept thing, friend. We already covered this thing. No need to confuse, right? This is the, I want to change, friend. What I did, 0 memory location. What's the value of 0 memory location? What's the value of, not a memory location, what's the value of 0 index? What's the value of 0 index? 1 is a value. What's the value of two index? 3 is a value, right? Let me change a 3 value. Let me change a index 2 value, means 3 value with some changes, 555 or 555, right? Let me print 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 L. Definitely the different value, there will be the different value. Let me show the output. Right? You can see the 555. 555 is there. There is a 555 value. There will be the 555 value. Okay. So you can see, friend, you can very clearly see, right? This 3 is replaced by 555. Correct? It is replaced by. Now let me check whether the memory location is changed or not. Print whether the memory location is changed or not. Let me take L. L is our list. Whether the memory location is changed or not. Let me check. Okay, let me check. Yes, the memory location is not changed. Same memory location. Memory location is same. Why it is same? Because it is mutable. Mutable means change in memory location, that is immutable. But no change in memory location means mutable. In integer case, what happen, friend? Everyone know. In integer case, what happen? Memory location is changed. Okay. Suppose I want to assign 22 value to the x. What happen? 22 object is created, and we have different memory location. Now onward, I want to assign 33. X is pointing toward the 33 and memory location will be the different. Okay. So that means what? This memory location value is not changing. It is fixed. 10 memory, there is a 10 value, memory location is fixed. 22 value, memory location is fixed. 33 value, memory location is fixed. Different memory location for different value. That's why it is a immutable, not changeable. Memory location is fixed. 10 value, memory location is fixed. 22 value, memory location is fixed. 33 value, memory location is fixed. But in case of integer, what happen, friends? In case of integer, memory location is same. Same memory location, change will be there. What I mean to say, suppose it is your list. X is equal to, suppose let's say L. List is represented by L. Now this object is created. In that object, the values are there. Let's suppose these are the values 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Our example, I am going to discuss our example. What I did, you can see, friend, what I did at a second index means 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is replaced by 555. 3 is replaced by 555. This 3 I want to replace by 555 within same memory location. The memory location is same. You can see into the result, the memory location is changed. Before change, same memory location. After change, same memory location. That means same memory location, there will be the changes happen. That's why it is mutable. That's why it is changeable. Friends, in same case, the memory location is same. Whatever the change happen at a same memory location. But in case of integer, you can see the changes happen different memory location. Okay. Memory location is fixed 10. 22 memory location is different. 33 memory location is different. Now, friends, this is called as object, friends. This is called as object. You can see whatever I mentioned, round shape, this is object 10. This is a 22 object. This is a 33 object. This is the object, friends. That is total 3 objects are there. 1, 2, 3. 3 objects are created. That's why Python is called as object-oriented language. Anything into the Python is called as an object, friend. That's why the Python is object-oriented language. I'm bit go in detail, friend. Right? I'm going into very detailed thing. I'm telling you. Okay, no book or no other online resources will tell you that much of depth. Why the Python is object-oriented? That's the answer, friends. Because everything in a Python is object. You can see object having some memory location, 22 some memory location, 33 some memory location, right friends? So you need to understand those things. Okay, so what I want to say, x integer means all the fundamental data types, all the fundamental data types are immutable. Other than fundamental data type, those are mutable. Mutable means changeable. Their memory location is same. At a same memory location, there will be the changes. That's why this is the concept of mutability and immutability. Understood, friends? Understood? Are you under? Means is it okay? Getting this concept? Let me share this screenshot also. Let me share this screenshot also. Cut. Let me share this screenshot also. Right? Very simple concept, and whatever the code is required, let me show this code also, right? Okay, so code is here. I just mentioned, right? Let me paste that code so that you can easily understand the things, right? This is the concept. This is the concept. Very simple to understand. Okay. Now you will ask, sir, is it float? Is it immutable or not mutable? Let me show with the example. X is equals to triple. I am taking the fundamental data type example. X is equals to 111.11 or any value, whatever you want. 99.99. Let's suppose, right? It is a float. For its type is a float. Let me check. Print X. No problem. Print or print id of x. Id means memory location of x, right? Then I want to change x value with 111.11. Now print id of x. Print id of x. Let me show you the output. You can see right, you can see different memory location. 968, 168, different memory location. That means what? It is a immutable, not changeable. Any change happen with this memory location? Any change happen with this memory location? No change happen with this memory location. What happened? Just x is pointing toward the different memory location now onwards. But let me take another example of list. Now let me take the example of list again. L is equals to, let's suppose, 22, 222, 333, 444, 555, right? This is a list. Uh, print L, just print this list. Print id of this L. Okay, no problem. I will print. Then change the value of this this 222. I want to, in place of 222, I want, let's suppose, I want 444, or I want 999. Okay, I want 999. So print L. Now print the list. Print the changes, memory location changes. Which memory location will be changed? Let me show that, right? Let me execute the code. Okay, let me execute the code. Okay, you can see, friends, you can see now onward, it is 999, but may at changes happen at same memory location. Changes happen, you can see both the memory location are same, right? Changes happen at a same memory location. That's why the other than fundamental data types, are mutable, understood, friends? Those are mutable. So it's the proof, right? It's the proof. Same memory location, there will be the change, right? Same memory location, there will be the change. That's why it is mutable. But the different memory location, in this case, different memory location, we have to refer the different memory location. That's why integer, float, bool, str, complex, those are 5 fundamental data types. Those are immutable. No change happen. What happen? Just the x value, x will pointing towards the different memory location. But whatever the memory location, okay. Let me check fundamental. Okay, let me check, friends. Tuple, whatever the tuple is also, I think it is also, 1 second. We can't change the value of the tuple. Once we define the tuple, then okay, other will confuse. Okay, friends, other will confuse. We can't change the value of the tuple. How can we change? No, not possible to change. Is it possible to assign any value to the tuple? Not possible. Can you assign any value to the tuple? Print. Not possible, na? Indexing is possible. You can access the number, but you can't assign the value into the tuple. That will be our next topic, friends. So today I will not discuss this topic because others are not able to understand this concept. Okay. So when the tuple concept will come, I will definitely discuss that. Right? So okay, is it okay? Up to this is okay. So what's my final conclusion, friend? Final conclusion. My final conclusion is, if changes happen at same memory location, right, or object, memory location or object, then it is mutable, right? Then it is mutable. First, this is the second point, right? It can be the second point, or first, what will be the first point? If no changes at memory location, but objects are created with different memory location, then it is immutable. Right? What are the example? Example are all fundamental data types. What are fundamental data types? Total 5 fundamental data types we have, right? So this is the thing. And what about mutable? What are the example of mutable? What are the example of mutable? Example, today we just discuss about the list, right? So for today, up to today, because some people are not getting what exactly the tuple is, that's why I just restricted to the list. List is the example, okay? Already covered with, right? So this is our final conclusion. Very simple to understand, friends. Okay. So I think up to this is clear. So tomorrow we will meet for the continuation.